Void versus the Terrorblade can be very devastating with like Chrono plus double Chrono. So I think that's enough to get Boom over the finish line. I thought their early game in their first 25 minutes, they'd be able to build too great of a lead where Execration would have some difficulties with. But honestly, this tiny pick makes me a little bit more hesitant now to go with that, because that's his like time to shine as well. So I at least think we're not going to get, I pray we're not going to, and I think we're not going to get a repeat of game 1 and game 2 where one side just absolutely steamroll this.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I don't even think, you know, that it's very likely. And I like seeing here in the start of the game, you know, this is the third game, the deciding game. One of these teams gonna advance and keep fighting for a chance to play a TI. The other team will go down one of these two big names. And at the start of the game, both teams just throwing out a bunch of good luck, have funs to each other and tipping each other. So obviously you can see that, you know, they know this is a tough spot for both teams. And I think none of them wanted to be the ones to eliminate each other here before going all the way to finals, at least. But they're going to have to battle it out as they find themselves in the lower bracket here.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting mechanics to look at this game, and just interesting matchups as a whole. We have a bit of a fight firstly for the bounties. It's where that Soul Assumption's able to come into play, like you said, with the level 1 fights. They're going to continue trying to chase down.
They hurt, man.
Jesus, they hurt indeed. Shanks secures first blood, and Execration off to a good start.
That's the thing, you throw one Soul Assumption, it lands on a hero, so it starts building up new Soul Assumption charges because he now took damage. And then Shanks, you could see, he just continuously ran down the Terrorblade there. He even had one more Blood Grenade as well they didn't need to use on side of Clockwork, so playing the game well so far, getting a good start, getting that kill on Terrorblade. And this is worrisome, man, because if Visage is off to a good start in this lane, it could become disaster for the TB.
Yes. And because they have multiple people to play with a Visage this game, right? And we're expecting Tiny to have a really good time versus the Puck. It's not like that game 1 where it was, you know, Bob just crumbled with the Ember versus the Earth Spirit. And because you needed that playmaking mid to be able to combine with the Visage. This game, you will have a mid laner to do that. You're also going to have a Clockwork as well early on to be able to do that too. So this is good signs already for Execration.
Also like the way Tino is doing this. He immediately sent out more mangoes to the lane after getting a first blood. So he got himself the, you know, the magic wand and the iron branch as a starting build, but gets more regen, just mangoes, tangles, and keeps spamming these Ws whenever he is on full Soul Assumption stacks. Just laying in the damage to TB, and it's gonna make the lane pretty tough for him. Meanwhile, can't really neglect the other lanes entirely so far. Mid lane, a little bit of damage onto Yopaj here by Bob. 7-1 on the Tiny.
Is there any different items that the Puck needs to consider when you're playing into this Tiny matchup, just because the burst is able to provide?
You don't really change too much. You might go for the upgrade for the power treads if you otherwise wouldn't prefer to, but I mean, that's usually what we see anyway. But you just gotta be a little bit more careful to be on strength treads sometimes when you don't see the Tiny.
Okay. Lastly, our bottom matchup. You brought up in the draft that you feel like time dilation is a really difficult thing for the Dark Willow to play into, and the Dawnbreaker as well in particular. To also Palos can kind of jump away whenever the Starbreaker is up. So are we expecting Palos just to be able to free farm down here?
Should be a pretty free lane. Like I said, the Void into Dawnbreaker is pretty damn nice, and a bit of a wasted Blood Grenade there from Baboka, throwing it onto the AA out of kind of desperation. Didn't really do anything.
I guess that is one thing though, like Abeng's positioning down bottom has to be pretty on point. Like you don't have too much kill threat onto Palos, but onto the Ancient Apparition, without a doubt, Abeng can die with ease out of the combo out of Boom. So we do see they're going to do a really good job of being able to push the wave as soon as the Lotus timing is up, so Baboka gets that. I believe, meanwhile, top lane...
Abeng in trouble. He gets caught.
All right.
Got too close.
Bottom, where we're able to get another kill. Back to mid, Bob. Won't be able to get up to Yopaj, though. It was a nice attempt with the toss under the tower, but...
He just got caught with the Dawnbreaker. Level 2 Celestial Hammer charging onto him.
Nice cogs from Shanks, actually going to get some separation. So Tino's off to the left side. They might be able to turn back onto X-Nova. Soul Assumption coming out. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough damage here. X-Nova will be able to scurry back to the tower.
Shank's still holding on to that healing Lotus as well on the side of Clockwork, so has a little bit of juke potential. He's just being annoying. Does have to use the healing Lotus there. Get a little bit risky.
We have that fight for the water, and once again, looks like Yopaj is going to be able to pick up one, Baboki gets the other. So this matchup is no different like what we've seen so far throughout the entire series. Both these mid laners will very heavily rely on these water runes and power runes.
Yeah, and he's gonna go for the bounty rune on Tiny. The puck was orbing towards it, but since he has creeps under mid, he can't really go and take it. So Bob does get his bottle refill at least from that. Not gonna be too parched.
I think it was his glyph on his behalf to be able to stop Yopaj from actually killing the creeps and then jaunting over. So a nice little use of the early glyph from the Tiny, and I like this decision as well. I'm a very big fan of treads first on the Tiny instead of phase, and just farming until you get blink and then rotating. I had the opportunity to be able to cover Eastern Europe in 2 or 3, and being able to watch GPK, who I'd say is probably top 3 Tiny in the world, and he would just go treads, play his own game, and then get blink at like 11 minutes, and then he'd start to rotate. He never would unless he got that treads blink.
Yeah, speaking of rotations though, we see Top now coming in with the W Ice Vortex, amping up the damage.
Jesus, that's a lot. Natsumi, though. Early Bracer in the 1. That's a lot of stats for the Terror Blade, but it's not enough health to be able to keep him alive. They'll be able to get a return kill onto Shanks, but it does still mean that Tino is freely being able to spellcast, so Baboka's also going to take a spell. They're not even done just yet. Tino's got another round thanks to the 1 charger, so Mena is ready to go. X-Nova's going to try and duck into the trees. It's like he's got enough health to potentially survive through only 1 point of the Soul Assumption, but man, Tino's off to a flying start.
Yeah, great start for him, and I like the combination of coming in with the AA as well for the 19% increased magic damage, with the Soul Assumption being such a massive spell as well. So locking them into the cogs, it was really the trio of heroes. Oh, mid, puck. He's dead.
Whoa.
Nice use of the cogs there after phase shift. No way to really get out of it there. Just got a little bit too close.
Uh-oh. And haste now.
This usually means that 1 hero is dead. No, when Tiny gets a haste turn at minute 6, that usually means he gets at least 1 kill with that. We won't see him go immediately as he has a lot of creeps to clear. Going back to Tiny a little bit though, as you mentioned, and speaking especially about the GPK and European Tinies, I completely agree with the power treads, and in Europe it's even common to see a lot of gloves before boots for Tiny mid, and just focus on CSing for the lane. So attack speed really being prioritized a bit there, and I completely agree with that playstyle, because you don't hinge so much on the rotations working, while still being able to rotate once you get the blink.
Because that bottom lane, this would be a huge kill into Palace, but Time Walk's...
Oh my god.
WS gets the slam at the perfect timing, but here comes that haste rotation. Like you said, it's always pretty much a guaranteed kill into...
He's gonna get out.
WS TP's out. No guaranteed kill this time for Bob with the haste. He's gonna have to scurry back to mid.
That was perfect. Immediate TP out as well, recognizing the full combo was used. AA can't combo me, or can't stun me here as well, so just getting out. Perfect play by Boom, and the timing on that. Faceless Void had Time Walk ready, but couldn't get it. Like he was still getting locked up right as the Time Walk came off cooldown.
Now WS picks up the Wisdom Room, so he's got Solar Guardian to potentially work with. Of course, Radiant did get their own as well. I wish Shanks was able to find it on the Clockwork, but we'll be able to see that Boom can react now globally thanks to the Dawnbreaker's ultimate, and they might need it mid lane for this attempt onto Yopaj.
Yeah, I think comboing the puck is going to be the play here. If they go in, they could turn this. No TPs though.
They want to try and attempt it. They have the power rune up shortly, which is going to be vital. They're going to use the core to the Solar Guardian instead. He's able to get out of range, but has to break it, and nonetheless, that's still a kill regardless of the Solar Guardian not getting that slam down effect. So Boom, a big kill onto the Tiny, which will slow down the treads along with the Blink Dagger timing, and Yopaj is actually accumulating a bit of a net worth lead over Bob.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed to get something going there. Getting a kill immediately out of these ultis feels really good. I mean, they had some nice plays bottom, so it doesn't even cost Dawnbreaker that much to leave her lane for a little bit, since she's doing really well against the Void so far. Double bracer, soul ring, and face boots. He already has so many items on the Dawn, so this lane is tough for Void to stick around in.
Very nice TP out from the Terrorblade top lane. Great read from Natsumi. I mean, Shanks was moving over, Bob even TP'd in. This was something we were really hoping out of Execration in game 1 to be able to play with the Visage. So we see he has that Solar Crest timing. Unfortunately, they won't be able to convert off the back of those movements.
Yeah, but forcing out the TP, he did TP to the tier 2, so immediately back to farming, but that means your tower is currently falling. They're bringing Faceless Void to top. Oh, he changes his mind.
X-Nova's going to get run into. It's just Shanks, though. I think X-Nova should be fine. No +1. I mean, Tiny's starting to connect.
He's around, but he doesn't have Blink yet, so he needs to get a very good angle here. They did just see him, though. He might get him.
Oh, nice use of the Rocket Flare. That's a much-needed kill for Bob as well, considering he was able to get that previous one onto Yopaj mid, but ever since then, things weren't really going the Tiny's way, so he's going to get a nice injection of gold.
Yeah, good rotation, and then back towards mid, it looks like for him. 10 seconds until the power rune is coming up here. We'll see if more players are coming. I think Abeng is ready to check bottom rune, but not going to be there in time as Puck is already on it. He gets himself an Arcane rune on Puck. And the tower situation is evened out as bottom, Faces Void can't really stand against this Dawnbreaker having such a good start, so she's taking out the tower and now starting to push. She's building towards that blade mail that's ever so popular right now.
We haven't spoken too much about the supports this game, regards to the levels. We've got Ice Blast at the go for a bang. Both supports on Boom are only level 5 currently, so that's going to be pretty big. We might see Baboka, maybe off the back of this kill, could help get himself towards the Terrorize and Bedlam. He's going to look to combine with Yopaj, and they will swing over towards the triangle.
Not going to find it, though, as they run away with Visage standing very, very safe here. Going to be too deep, I think, to dive him. They still want to go?
No way.
They cannot.
Now, bottom lane, they're onto WS. So their own movement from Execration, this time they're going to be rewarded. They have to use the Chrono, unfortunately, but it's a kill for Pelos, which gets him closer. This entire creep wave should be the Midas.
Yeah, he popped that Chrono because he saw him basically like a big money bag there for his Midas to get sped up a little bit. Meanwhile, top though, Coil going down here, and Clockwork, just a support kill, but still, you'll take it. Game is starting off in a pretty explosive way with a lot of rotations towards these side lanes now.
I'll say, Weiger, at least it doesn't look like we're going to get a one-sided affair. At the moment, only 1,000 net worth lead. I mean, Die Claws are having a very good time. 1, 2, 3 in the net worth, but it does look like we should have an even game 3.
Yeah, looks like both teams are fighting, at least for control a lot. The big question for me is going to be how much they can enable and make happen around the Visage, something that I was, critical of in the previous games that they played here. And I think as long as they manage to get some use out of him whenever Chrono is on cooldown, play around him instead, then they should be pretty fine here on Execration. The goal difference is really whatever at this point.
Are you wanting the Visage to rotate to mid potentially with the drums, or even with this item he just continues to play around top?
I think with drums, I would like to see him just group up, and I don't think they can go for tier 2 top. So yeah, opening up mid, it's difficult to do when you don't have a meme hammer tied, just going there and standing there. But if you bring your entire team, apart from the Void, just 4-man Dota with drums and Solar Crest, I think it's pretty hard to fight into for the side of Boom. Right now, though, the Treant Living Armor is doing a good job just keeping the mid tower full and healthy.
So we're just watching a Bang and Bob farm some juicy stacks inside the bottom jungle, so that's going to get him much closer towards the blink.
Yeah.
His Create Wave as well is going to help out too. So it's not the worst timing. Again, I've seen some like 11-minute treads blink dagger timings out of the Tiny, so it's nothing too bad from Bob, but really the important thing is going to be, can he get the kills off the back of those first rotations? Because that really makes or break his potential to scale this game. If he doesn't get kills, then he's going to have a difficult time. If he is able to convert on those kills, then they could have a tiny issue on Boom's hand.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like you said, the first few rotations are the most important ones to land, but they do have great tools. I mean, playing rotations close to the Soul Assumption or using the AA ulti, these things really help bring down anyone that he can find. At the same time, though, all ultis are a go on side of Boom as well. We could definitely see them make moves. For now, just gonna find the Clockwork going a little bit too far out. He was under a ward, so...
No way.
Oh my god. Dude. The urn was still on him, but the last hit goes towards the Warpine Raiders. That was pretty sick by Shanks, man. I didn't think he was gonna get the hook out there.
Alright, nicely done. More time. I mean, Palace is... one component now completed with the Maelstrom, so getting a lot of value out of his Midas. You have Tino continuing to get farmed, like we said, Blink coming out shortly. Do we feel like there's a side that's looking to dictate the pace of this game over the next couple of minutes or so?
I think we should see more coming out from Boom in general, but maybe in the way of counter-reacting, because that's what they have. They have the Dawnbreaker ulti, so look to him to maybe bait here mid. Tree is sitting behind, Dawn ulti is ready.
They're still going to be able to get the jump. Is it enough burst though? Yopaj gets some separation, but the Ice Blast connects, but it's not going to matter. All the reactions was perfect from Boom. Yopaj will stay alive, but Palace is here potentially to turn the tides. But the Chronosphere, it just connects onto one. It's not good enough. Palace needed more, and now we might be in danger. The control's going to be lacking. Palace can get some separation.
Bet them.
Nova will still tick out to the time dilation, but finally Tino is going to look to swing down as well. Over this, puts the priority onto WS. They've got the hook shot as well as Shanks pierces through the middle. Yopaj, though, is hunting, wants some revenge. He's going to be...
Oh, he can't get the attack.
The mana. Yopaj, yeah, sure, he'll get the kill onto Shanks. Will he even get the kill? He does in the end, but Tino, some much-needed golden experience for the Visage, and in the end, I mean, we see the difference. It's a 3 for 3, but a pretty decent 5 for Execration. They'll get a little bit of gold advantage going their way.
Some good stuff for Execration. At the same time, though, they did invest more moving in the Faceless Void there to use the Chrono, and meanwhile, Natsumi was just farming, and next meta, he can go push the tower because there's no Chrono available. So I think it was ultimately pretty even what happened there. Now it's just the question, can Boom make something happen with the downtime on this Chrono? They need to mobilize and make a move, even though they have ulti cooldown on like Dawnbreaker for the moment now. They soon have Coil again.
But you've got meta, and I think that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Natsumi, even an illusion rune potentially for him. I hope he gets it.
Not taking it.
Okay, didn't get it. All right, I guess he wanted to save it for Yopaj with Coil back up. Terrorize is not at the ready though, and with the Ice Blast going to come crashing down. They're all grouped up. This could be a bit messy for Boom. As Boboka and Natsumi, they need a Sun to target. They won't find it though. And now Bob's going to run over the top and catch up to X-Nova. So both supports on Boom are probably going to end up going down. On his dying breath, he finds the overgrowth. And meanwhile, Yopaj, he's having a free fight. WS gets back in the midst of it all as well. What was looking like a disastrous start for Boom, in the end, actually works out pretty well.
Oh, that was so close to Baboka going down. I think he dodged Soul Assumption as well with the W. I think it was about to take his life there, but he managed to survive on the Willow as well. Big turnaround with the with the Dawnbreaker finally joining the fight. Didn't get the ulti back. We see a replay here. This fight, TB got stuck in a little bit of a deep position here, and the counterplay with the A ulti, with the Clockwork coming in with the beautiful hook shot, getting the 2-hero coil, and then you see the birds. Yeah, that was a tough spot.
We might have to go back live as, I mean, Boom aren't done just yet. Yopaj next Nova as a smoke. They're actually going to move into Execration as well, who were looking to go for their own play. Chrono's ready to go from Palace if it can find the opening though. Drop it onto X-Nova. They'll get the connection onto the puck as well. It's a pretty good terrorize, but not enough to keep the puck alive. And now Bob's here for the cleanup as well as Execration. It's a much needed kills off the back of that big team fight going Boom's way.
Oh, fantastic punish there as the puck didn't have max level yet on phase shift, only having 3 points in it. So he tried to do the phase shift into blink out, but he took damage too recently there from the AA ulti and couldn't get the blink away. So Chrono secures the kill on him.
Shanks?
A little bit surrounded here.
Bye. Drops a combo, not going to be enough though, Baboka. You're never going to say no to some kills for the Dark Willow once again, Waga. We're going to see this Dark Willow go down the Midas route, so Baboka's looking to scale.
Yeah, he wants to build up. He's got that Spirit Vessel as well, so that's sufficient for him as a fighting item early on. And yeah, the Midas into Aghanims, we're going to see it again. Very, very popular build on Dark Willow right now. It's every single Dark Willow is spamming at top. We're going to see a stun. Yeah, birds.
Oh, nice, Tino. Great micro out of Familiar. He's going to be able to stop that TP short, and now with a bang nearby, another kill for Execration. A couple freebies, and this is going to be enough gold now for the Scepter as well from Tino. So there's even more pick-up potential for Execration across the map.
Yeah, Tino having a much better showing here in this game as well. They're getting to utilize him a little bit more, and the Aghanims, like you said, is going to be allowing him to run around and look for the pickoffs. Then it gets really tough for, you know, these greedy backliners like Willow going for Midas. Might not have enough to survive a Visage jumping you suddenly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's a big stack for Tiny to be farming up, but there is X-Nova right next to it.
They're going to be able to jump in as well with the Terrorize soon to follow. They'll get the break. Palace can mess around a little bit with the time dilation, but he's got no threat of the corner at the moment. Solar Guardian's going to come into play, but no one's inside the beacon, so not the greatest ultimate from either side. Palace is going to be able to re-enter the fight now. Shanks is also wrapping around as Boom. They've got to reevaluate if this is a fight they want to take. 4v4 at the moment. Chrono's up in 10 seconds. Nice angle for the hook shot. Shanks again, man. Somehow gets away.
Had some clutch mechanical plays there. The hook shot out, but also the time walk to dodge the stun from the Cursed Crown actually allowed the Faceless Void to turn around and get the kill on the Dark Willow. And again, we saw that time dilation, just a natural enemy of Dark Willow, not really able to survive against him.
Oh man, this is dude, I'm so happy we're in this position. 15 to 15 kill count, 1,000 net worth lead. Again, game 1, game 2, very clean for the side that won. But this game is, it looks like we're going to have a barn burner here to be able to close out this series.
I think so. And WS, you know, he's getting strong with his BKB building up, wants to go for Assault Cuirass next, but at the same time, that Aghanims that we talked about on the side of Tino, so both offlaners looking to be pretty big this game, as they are, you know, starting to get to a point where they can exert control. Top. Coil coming in. He doesn't have BKB or Manta yet. He should just be dead.
Huge kill. All a Boom, pretty much. The only person not nearby was WS, who was farming mid. Then you see they're going to instantly respond with TPing to the opposite side of the map. They've got a great Clifford that's scouting out Tino along with Bob.
I mean, it's so nice to make these big moves currently in Dota. The portaling through bottom, not going to be in time to find the Visage. They scanned him, but it was actually just one of his remnants, I think, that they still clipped the edge of. He's not close enough, though.
I want to go next.
Yeah, sorry, it looks like Puck is gonna go for the Kaya Sanj here, going in as the next build, get some status resistance, an extra spell amp. The Dawnbreaker is just looking for a chance to play on the side lanes again with the ulti ready. It all has to be on the back of Puck initiating on something though, or maybe Willow bottom.
Oh, Willow bottom indeed is going to be able to run into Shanks. Bedlam's currently on cooldown. Dude, he's being so annoying with these hook shots. They should still be able to get him this time, though. Daytime, so they know exactly where he's running away to. Europash snipes the kill. Level 15 here for the Puck. Meanwhile, Bob also getting scouted out by X-Nova. Now, they've got the potential overgrowth in a Solar Guardian. He will get some distance away, though, with that blink.
Okay, the TP up the Puck here might not recognize the Puck is already in the area on Tiny. Could be in danger.
Oh, they're actually going to try and blow up a bang. Solar Guardian will come in, but of course the Ice Blast is going to be enough to finish the job. Coil doesn't clip onto Bob, and now the rest of Execration is starting to swing over. They've got the Chronosphere at the ready. Some separation is occurring. Palace unable to line up multiple members as WS assassinates a bang. But of course the bashes will rain down, so no potential TP from the Dawnbreaker. And in the end, Execration, they're going to be rewarded with the heavy resources expended for that fight.
That was a clutch sentry right there by a bang that he placed long ago, seeing the Treant Protector. Otherwise, that could have backfired hard if Tiny gets jumped on instead. And Treant Protector was in the last frame of his animation to use his ulti before he died. Didn't get it off though. Tiny crucially got away because of it. Otherwise, I think he could have gotten brought down as well. Big kill though, taking down the Dawnbreaker. Puts Execration in a little bit of a better spot. And this game is dead even, man. All the way through here. Both teams are just fighting for it.
And we're going to keep fighting. Tiny and Clockwork. Looking to try and smoke and potentially make a player. You still got the Chronosphere at the ready, so we'll see if Palace even wants to get involved. They've got a great ward as well, kind of deep towards the right side of the jungle.
They could move through the portal and gank bottom, or they could, yeah, go towards Roche bottom even. They do have the drums and solar. It's a pretty damn fast Roche. I think they're thinking about it. Going for it for sure. That means they need to create space though. Someone needs to reveal if they want this Roche to be sneaky. Right now, we already see some drawing on the bottom part of the map here by Dawn.
They see Bob at least.
I think they're too late though. They managed to sneak this one. They're grouping mid for a smoke move now. Boom, they realized for sure by now that Roche is dying, but it is too late. Already dead.
First ages with this Terrorblade Faceless Void matchup is really important to go the way of TB, just so you can help get the objectives and try and with second Roche be able to end this game. So the fact that Execration are able to snipe that is going to give you a little bit more time to continue farming. You see Palace queues up the Mjolnir, looking to try and finish that. BKB next as well, so Execration have to be very happy with the current position there. And I think the big thing though is like Bob's scaling right now is looking very limited. Dude, like AA almost has as much net worth as the Tiny. I mean, that is crazy.
It is a combination. Sorry, I'm dying here. It's a combination though of the AA being really farmed on top of the Tiny also being very underfarmed. So, you know, a little bit high net worth on the AA as the Midas Dark Willow is still 1,300 gold behind him. But yeah, Tiny not really getting his scaling going here, not going for any form of Midas. Ooh, nice pick mid though.
Ooh, that is perfect. Well done.
Dude, that was upping though, setting up. That ulti already clipped the puck, getting the cold feed on him.
Tossaway is going to get some distance from Dawnbreaker and turns with the Avalanche as well. They still have the force stuff that's not even used yet from a bang, and the rest of Execration, they're ready to go. Hookshot if they want to catch up to anyone else, but they'll just snipe a Boker on the retreat. Meanwhile, Tino as well. Well, that's where the hook can come into play. When you combine with the Visage, it's going to guarantee you another kill onto the Dawnbreaker, and these towers, they will melt.
Oh, level 3 birds now on Visage as well, so yeah, the towers are going to fall really fast. 81 damage on these little birds, and got the Solar Crest as well to spam. You can see him putting it onto the Faceless Void here to bring down the tower as fast as possible. Glyph and Living Armor though. Maybe they'll think better of it, but I think they could still bring down this tower.
Might be lacking some creeps though pretty shortly thanks to the TB dragging the wave.
Look at the damage though. It's falling.
Alright, no
backdoor not kicking in time.
Wow, dude, that's a huge fight for Execration. 2 big objectives, a couple of kills as well to add to their name. You still got Chrono to go, so didn't have to use too many big ultimates, so they're just going to sweep down to bottom. And do you feel like Boom can contest this big Aegis spike that we're seeing out of Execration?
Maybe, but not by focusing Void first, and that's why we see Void playing like this. He's just going in, stealing the enemy Ancients. They need to go on the backline. They need to go on someone else. If they focus all in on Void, I don't think it's a good idea. He has the Manta. They can't try him.
From the team, I kill him the first time without committing too heavily, but like you said, there's the Manta, so it breaks away from the silence.
Yeah, does mean that they can keep pushing bottom as well. Laying in the damage, the tower just disappears.
X-Nova's threatening of entering the fight.
He's got BKB on Tiny.
Over the top, they spy Natsumi. Does Palace want to drop the Chronosphere for the Terrorblade kill at the moment? It's actually going to turn and commit the meta. Coil used early on. They should be able to deal with the first life, but this is a lot of ultimates, and now they also get a beacon out for the Terror.
What a jump.
Oh my lord, the burst potential Execration. They just wipe away the Terrorblade's health pool. Nowhere to be seen, and our WS as well on the retreat. The Dawnbreaker makes it to the high ground, but that is not safe enough. Execration ball is rolling incoming tier 2 tower now. Soon to be in shambles. They might get Baboka as well. If they hit the Tormentor, they're going to see him regardless. Pops out, TP out. Familiar stops him short. This is getting to some dangerous territories now for Boom in this final game.
Oh boy, they get the Tormentor as well, very conveniently finishing the fight right next to the Tormentor. Gonna get that, and that's a shard over on the Tiny, who's a little bit behind before, but now getting a free shard gonna help him. Here we see a replay of the fight as well. I want to see, yeah, the Treant Protector got picked off by the Visage Clockwork to the side. TP's in immediately to his death. Oh, that is so painful to watch. He didn't get anything off. Xnova just out of position there.
We're seeing this game as well with the burst potential. We're not getting that value out of the Solar Guardian. Even if we see it, often your teammate's already been Ice Blast, so that healing effect isn't there as well too. So not only is this like we've seen other ways to counter the Dawnbreaker with like Nyx Assassin to counter the Solar or Silencer to counter. This Ancient Apparition is a very interesting read from Execration, not only to try to address WS, but also for a lot of combo inside Palace's Chrono.
Yeah, I think it was a very meta-breaking and cerebral approach to the draft here, saying, okay, you got the Treant and Dawn, you got a lot of healing, and you got a lot of, wombo combo, but the AA really counters a lot of that, so yeah, it comes back to that in the draft. But we just don't see Boom able to make too many of their moves themselves as well. I think maybe scared now after what's happened, Obviously the Aegis is no longer there, so maybe now we'll see them make a move, but look over to the Visage, man. He's got a full Hex, almost has the shard as well. This is some big scaling.
Importantly, the 20 talent too. This guy is huge. And you're winning all these fights without a BKB on Palace, which he has now. Like,
yeah, the discipline as well to go back for BKB here and not go for something else on Void. Very good for them because BKB solves like 4 of their 5 heroes on the side of Boom. You won't care about anything except for the Terrorblade now. So he's going to be doing great. The Execration are looking fantastic here.
Bottom lane, they're setting up on WS. A long-range Ice Blast with a Hex reveal. Another kill for Execration, a quick and easy pick-off, and now Boom. I mean, they're in no man's land. I think Execration know where they are. They're actually going to maybe take a fight. They're a little bit split from Exa.
Could burst the AA fast, maybe. They want to wrap around, but they're just going down mid. Surely they have to realize, yeah, they see them now. They're pinging.
Oh, that's a DD Tiny. And it shows they might just blow them up.
Yeah, but whoa, the tier 3 tower is gone, man.
Oh, Bog. An aggressive jump with the toss back as well. Great timing out of the silence, but Natsumi has to use a BKB and Palace will respond to the Chrono. Look at the damage starting to come through. He needs a Sunder target. Natsumi, can he...
Oh!
No way! Palace, you lucky man! And now Yopaj as well. They're all in trouble. Boom. They need some buybacks. But
oh my god.
Kicking them.
Bro, I haven't seen a sadder Sunder attempt. He was it was like at the end of his animation for that Sunder, like, give me your life force, but no. Gets brought down, and he's down for 40. This is easily going to be top racks here as the Visage shreds through it. They do have a tier 2 bottom, so it's not going to be mega straight out the gates, but I mean, this is devastating to them. They could even go and poke at the tier 4s if they wanted to. Or they could play it very disciplined here and just back out, which may be the safer route as you are in an elimination situation here. 25k lead now.
5% probability as well for Boom. These fights, just early game was looking very good for them. But ever since Execration have got the ball rolling, the team fight coordination has been perfect. And we haven't seen Boom be able to be competitive in these last couple of fights.
No, they have been completely shut down, honestly. The matchup is feeling really rough now. You're going into a later stage where the Faceless Void is confident he can just chrono something, and it's probably gonna be gone by the time the chrono ends. And a lot of it comes down to positioning as well. Like, sometimes Xnova on his tree has been spotted. The early gem makes his life very difficult. So AA getting that gem and being able to scout so much is really making his game harder. So see the wraparound here.
You can't get picked off the start. No chrono for 30. If there's ever a fight, it might be now, but Bob, he's gonna get the pickoffs. A quick assassination Oh, Darkwillow's actually still alive. Meanwhile, over to the north side, Yopaj, he's in some danger. Phase shift to the last second with a solar gunner. They've been able to isolate the Terrorblade. Natsumi needs the Thunder. He'll find it. But it might be a little bit too late. Stuck inside the cogs. Natsumi's doing no damage. Execration once again. The fight going their way, and Boomer in shambles, just trying to delta split away and cut their losses, but they will not be able to do so. Palace with the bashes again, raining down onto WS. They also got a glimpse of Baboka.
Oh, he bought back too.
A 5-man wipe in the end as Execration are moments away of knocking Boom out of the qualifiers.
It's just another fantastic fight for them. The jump there by Bob was really, really good. He didn't get the insta burst, but on the back of the Aghanim's Clockwork, just laying in those rockets. He hit 2 rockets over on the side of the Dark Willow, taking 400 damage. You can see him running away, but these rockets keep going in. Boom. And he goes down to it, and the AoE damage is just too high. They have so many things that just do a ton of damage now. Even with the Clock Ags just spamming rockets, it's too much, man.
Up high again we go. Final siege potentially, Wago. I mean, it's going to be mega creeps. You won't be able to stop Execration from getting it.
It's 70 seconds of meta, dude. They're not tapping out because this is your tournament life, so there's no reason to give up. But yeah, they're already spamming some chat wheels here at each other, and they're gonna play it ultra disciplined. This is TI. They want to get towards, this is the beginning. They're gonna back up and say, you know what? Let's take Aegis. Why not? Literally no reason to not get yourself an Aegis right now. And over on the side of Boom, you don't really have a play. I mean, they have a smoke, but if you even try and run down there, Mega Creeps will be revealing what you're doing. And they're not even in time, man. Look at the DPS. Roche's is dead. They didn't even get halfway down there before Roche has fallen.
And Tino's already hunting. He's already ready to go, but the Sullen is the grave. Oh, they were just a little bit too late to TP top. That was almost a cool read from Boom. A couple of seconds, potentially, Roche walks through the portal and they were set up, but nah, not to be. They get the Aegis, they get the cheese. Now Execration, one more fight is all they need.
Boom, drawing dead here in their own base, and we will probably see Execration consider a push immediately. We see all the ultis are back online. They're drawing a line. They have a smoke again as well.
1%. Waga, 1%.
I mean, 1% chance to have a chance to go to TI. It's a good thing, but it's looking pretty unlikely though. Tiny looking for his jump here. Sees the Treant.
Oh, he's found it. And that is the only person with a buyback who will use it straight away. And meanwhile, Palace, they're just going to blow up WS. Not a Dawnbreaker in sight with all the burst potential that Execration have. And now with the Rocket Flare, Bob.
It's over, man. They used everything. They're going for the fountain.
I mean, we got some celebratory chronos coming up shortly for the boys on X.
Fountain farming them.
Why not? They are filling themselves. Natsumi won't even find a sun to target. G's are dropped and Boom's run will be cut short from the boys on Execration.
Hunting down the puck here. Puck might be able to get out. He stays alive, but they do